Bueno, y seguimos con nuestra cobertura de Wi-Fi Ralph. Ralph Takes the Internet, es el nombre en inglés. Y me encuentro con alguien que está detrás de todo el proceso y es uno de los animadores y productores. Hi, how are you?
I'm doing
I was
good.
telling my people that you are the greatest.
Oh,
That's what I
great,
said in
thank you.
Spanish.
All right, I like that.
That without you, there is no movie. So, how you began working in animation?
Oh, wow. You're going back.
Yeah, of course.
As a kid, to me, it was Ray Harryhausen was my greatest influence, and so I wanted to work in special effects. And as I grew up, like I realized that started getting taken by computers, and so animation to me was an incredibly appealing place. You know, when I was in college, Toy Story and Jurassic Park came out, and so I think that was what sealed the deal for me. I made up my mind right then and there. Yeah.
And it's been a successful story so far.
It's been I've had a fortunate career at Disney. I've been here for almost 16 years now.
What is so great about creating these stories, creating these scenarios, creating these animations for people to see? For you as being part of it.
I love to me, I don't know. My favorite part, to be honest with you, is when I go down to Disneyland and I see the dad with his daughter on his shoulders and she's singing all the words to our songs, right? Like the fact that it touches people across the world, to me, that's the biggest. Like, we are a job like any place else, and we do, we have our 9 to 5 days, and we do our work from day to day. But it's those moments where it's like, oh my God, this is why we're here. Like we're really affecting people. Yeah.
Ralph is back on the big screen with a new adventure. What were the challenges this time? Because we every day computers go better, technology is better, everything changes. From what we saw the first time, it's going to be really different. The look, the feel of the characters. What is so great about changing the technology to improve the characters and the story? Because we have a lot of things going on in this movie.
Yeah, I don't think when we made the original Ralph, I don't think our technology was up to the place to actually achieve this movie that we have made today. It all kind of grows from itself. I think it doesn't matter how fast computers get. We find a way to make our films more complex and more rich and robust, right? I think for this film, we're talking about the internet, right? Where on the first Ralph, the only thing at stake was the arcade. Here, it's the world. We're talking a large human population. The internet, it's just the scope of it, I think, is one of the bigger technology challenges for us, just populating the internet. There's so many things. You have people from all over the world. You have video clips. Every video clip, somebody made, animated, lit that video clip, even if you just see it hanging out on a wall. So all of that stuff just really adds to it.
We're now on this big world, the internet, but we see some characters that are our avatars from what the perspective of this movie is now. When you have to realize, okay, what are they gonna look like? How was that?
For the design of the
for
characters.
The design.
I think for the design of the users in particular, we wanted to come up with an avatar type system to where, like, you've seen plenty of those on the internet. No matter what you log into, you always have to have an avatar of yourself. So we wanted an avatar type system. I think Corey, our production designer, was like looking for inspiration, because on the original Ralph we had very specific shape language for each one of the worlds that we went into, and I think with the internet we pulled a lot of inspiration from app icons, which are kind of, they're little squares with soft round corners, and so not only are our users, like, you'll see their heads look like app icons, but if you look around the internet itself, a lot of the buildings have adopted that philosophy as well. So we wanted to kind of unify the look throughout.
There's a great scene on this movie. Well, many great scenes, but one that is gonna stand out is a car chase.
Yeah.
How fun was to do that? Because
that
it's
amazing.
made like a real movie.
Yeah, it's oh my God, that's such an amazing sequence. I think people are gonna lose their minds when they see that, because it's really heightened what I think the expectations will be of what a car chase would look like in animation. So to me, that sequence is a blast. Just even from when it was initially set up in layout, you just saw where this thing was going, and then each department picked it up. After that, you would have animation, then technical animation would throw all the wind in the hair, and then lighting on top of it. It's a very rich world as well. Like it just feels like it's something that's been around for a while. So.
Even though it's an animated movie, you take things always seriously, and you brought in a stunt coordinator to help you set up the sequence.
Yeah.
How was that? Why is the realism so important for your movies?
It's because we want to make sure there's what we think happens in our heads, and if we went with that, we'd probably be wrong. So we always want to look at real reference and really get a good understanding of how these things really work, right? We don't want to go off of what our instincts are. We want to go off of what reality is. Our layout supervisor, Nathan Warner, happens to be a car enthusiast, and he would not let us get away with anything. Like if the car wasn't acting right, he would call us out on it. So we want this film to be like that for everybody in the world. Like if they see it, they need to believe it.
To wrap it up, for me, watching an animated movie, when I believe it, I think it's a good one. For you, is the same?
It is the same. It is the same. And I think at the heart of this, we have this lush backdrop, which is the internet and all these games and everything. And I think, to me, what was super powerful about the first Ralph and with this one as well is at the heart of it, it's a story about Ralph and Vanellope, and it's got a strong emotional backbone. So I think that's really what sells it for me.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you.
A pleasure.
Great. Thank you.